This is my neighborhood, this is where I grew up. This neighbor didn't pay his bills, so city took over his apartment. That's my meditation place. When I meditated for the first time in my life in May 1997, there, somewhere there, white dove landed. Really dove, really beautiful. And there, where you see that sand, this is where guys are walking and running their dogs. So it's a safe area to avoid it. Hey guys, so I'm here on my hill overlooking whole Corner Bay, which is, look at that place. How much can you see? Shall I go up a little bit so you can have a better look? This is the highway and this is the bay, and it's really nice here. It really is. Can you see that beauty? That's city Rijeka, there is the harbor. Then you have the bridge to the Kirk Island. Then you have another island. And that mountain there, Učka. So Italy is 200 kilometers that way across the narrow sea, like in the Game of the Thrones, but they're not barbarians. Or a land route 80 kilometers that way, and Slovenia is 20 kilometers that way. My great grandfather was from Slovenia, from a place which is 20 kilometers that way. And that's the Europe, you know. Everything is so close, and I have to say I'm very, very happy here. It's very relaxing, it's very quiet, it's clean, people are nice. So this is the paradox of life. In Cambodia I had a peace in my own house because I was living in a big house with a cat, and here in Croatia I live with my parents, I live with my, because I'm generous, I call her borderline personality narcissist personality mother, which means house is unfortunately very toxic to live there. So, you know, I was always fantasizing about having enough money that I can have a, let's say like this guy here, like a house with a garden. Look how beautiful it is, huh? Look this position, it's really beautiful. Nice house, nice garden, peace, beautiful view, excellent energy. But you know, when you are a strong soul, of course that the matrix not gonna dump you in a womb of some good woman. By definition it's gonna dump you in the family of toxic people. So that's how it is. At least I have this place here which kept me normal past 20 or some years. I discovered it in 1995, 1996, and this is where I learned meditation. 97. I mean, I started to practice meditation. I learned elsewhere on courses, and so I was thinking about, even here I have to think about the white genocide. I was thinking about our people in South Africa. They are openly attacked by the state itself and the uh, black racists. And see, death to our people comes in many ways. In South Africa, it comes with machete, and in Croatia, it comes with the unemployment. What you see is what Jude Jesus called uh, nicely painted graves. Everything is nicely painted, but don't be fooled. 60 is real unemployment. Here, to have a job is absolute motherfucking privilege. I mean, I'm speaking about middle class job. Let's say somebody with my education, with a bachelor's degree, plus political connections, plus super cockness, plus being slimy, could have easily €1,000 income, very easily. But this is not, for example, privilege I could qualify for, because I'm, of course, persona non grata. I'm blacklisted. So first, few things about this area. This is one of the better off areas in Croatia, where economy is better than in other places. You have, of course, shipyards. You have very active harbor. Merchandise is coming on and off. It's going to the Hungary, to the Budapest, also to Czech Republic, even to Austria from this area. You have lots of commerce going on. You have shitloads of tourism going that way. You see that island here, and you see this is the beginning of Istria. This is the most beautiful part of Croatia, and here they make about $4 billion per tourist season, and there is about 200,000 people living in that area. So it's like one peninsula. It goes 100 kilometers to the Pula, and then 100 kilometers to Trieste. A small part of peninsula is in Italy. A little bit bigger part is in Slovenia, but like 80% is in Croatia. Opatia is there. I went there to touristic high school, and later on ICA to the university, studying management in hotel and tourist industry, but it was economics, so I have bachelor's in economics. What else to say? People are nice generally, really. People here are known to be tolerant. People are known to be nice, and it's very safe. You can really walk around any part of the day and night freely. The only problem normally you would encounter are by the gypsies and nobody really else, because we whites, we don't attack people unless we are psychopaths or maybe under some crazy drugs or something. So that's why we have shitloads of tourists. We have about 12 million tourists here. It's white, it's safe, and now this is a huge plus. In Europe, poor Germans are escaping here to relax and enjoy in the normality they used to enjoy before that infestation started to multiply in their country. So I just need to say this for the record. I'm not a racist. Racist is somebody who actively hates other people. I'm realist. I lived with Mads 6 years in Southeast Asia. I traveled around the world when I was working on ships. That was 3 years, and my experience is the experience of a life. I have about 9 years of traveling experience abroad. So, and yeah, I'm of course not blackmailed by the middle class job, therefore I can speak freely about the reality we all share. So what else would you like to know? You can ask me questions, and I'm happy to give you answers. Many people ask me about my religion, and I can tell you this: I discovered my religion in the July 2013 when I was a Buddhist monk. I used the technique of Dr. Corrado Malanga combination of unity of a soul, source, and a body, and which is probably very vague how to do it to you, but you can't really get my way of understanding things, because when I connect in a high meditation, I connect directly to the source, and this is the way how I know what is false, what is real. That's why I call my religion truth. I believe in existence of truth, and who believes in existence of truth, of course, believes in the existence of lie. So I know very well that all what you can get on a market today, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, this and that, and then including is bullshit, including the official opposition like a New Age, like Osho and Hare Krishna and all that crap. That's also all fake, and nothing you can pick up from from the Babylon is real. You can't get the real stuff. The only real stuff you can pick up is with your own spiritual connection. If you make it, this is the only way. And the only way to get there is two things. First, eradicating the implants and parasites from your biofield or aura. And the second thing, because as long as you have that, that makes the quorum of your mind, and you are not free here, right? And here, you're simply not. And the second thing is you simply need to have a urge for the truth. That urge must come from your heart, like you're drowning and you want to know the truth. So yeah, so many times I debate with the Christians, with the Buddhists, with the Muslims, and so on, and every time I always need to say the basics. Your religions, right? Okay, are combination of different elements. You have the Luciferian element of the spin, and he's very artistic. He puts their element of salvation, like Jesus. He he won over the death by the resurrection. Buddha also succeeded by reaching enlightenment. Muhammad, he simply ascended into heaven on his horse, and so on. These are his parables, how he's faking that liberation. And another side, the side of metaphysical evil, which is represented by the reptilian beings, but they are just lower management of that machine. Needs to put standard elements, and which are the ritual, which are the sacrifice, and which are the structure, and in this way they keep the religion in the military order, while this artist, which is a soul like us, he's putting inside these nice parables of in a way cynical, if you really want to see it, in a cynical way of defeating that evil which they represent, but not in that particular religion, but in the opposite of the religion. So you have, that's why in Islam you have the shaitan, right? That's why in this Christianity you have Satan. That's why in Buddhism you have Mara, or deceiver. So basically thief is shouting, I'm not a thief, right? So, but these elements you can't see unless you A, have a soul, which is privilege of minority, and B, if you are not advanced. I started to meditate 20 years ago, right there on that hill. It was May 1st or 2nd, 1997. This is 2017. It's July. What's the date? I think July 11th. So my journey started a long time ago. And pick up the garbage, which is the metaphor for cleaning not only garden where you meditate, but also cleaning your own mental garden. You have to clean garbage from your heart all the time. And yeah, I mean, now after 5 years of Southeast Asia, I started really to appreciate my culture. I started to appreciate little things like people picking up the garbage and keeping things clean. That's why it's clean, not because garbage men are marching around, but we whites, we know how to keep things clean and nice. And before that, I was not noticing. So sometimes you need to lose what you have in order to understand what you had all the time. Well, we Croats, we are plagued by the economic crisis and lack of money, but you know, that doesn't stop us to be clean. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like.